Hello everybody, and welcome to the February update video for the Little Henham Model Railway. I have to apologise straight off and say I'm so sorry for not uploading any videos since November last year. This is mainly due to the fact that just before Christmas I was taken ill, and it's only in the last few weeks that to be honest, I've kind of recovered, and therefore I just did not either have the time or, to be honest, the will to make any videos. But hopefully now this will be the first of the videos for 2015, and there will now be a regular supply of updates coming. So I apologise for not uploading before, but I am going to rectify that now. There are 2 or 3 things that I'm going to show you in a minute. This first video won't be that long, but it will be followed by other videos like running sessions, and there is even going to be a brand new product review of Hornby's K1 Loco, which I've just received. So the next video will either be a running session or it'll be a running session with the new K1 from Hornby. And with a bit of luck, if Hornby can get it out on time, there'll be a second product review, and that will be of Hornby's Claude Hamilton Loco, which I'm really looking forward to. Later in the year, again Hornby once again. I think the icing on the cake will be receiving the J15. The J15 is such an iconic loco for East Anglia. I'm absolutely busting to get my hands on a couple of them. It'll be an ideal loco for this layout. I think the J15 will be absolutely brilliant if Hornby get it right. Also, thank you to all my subscribers. I have gone from 140 subscribers in November to, as of now, February 2015, I have now got 167 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And welcome to all my new subscribers, and I hope that you enjoy what you will see on the layout in the coming months and enjoy watching how the layout develops. Once again, I really look forward to any comments that I get from my subscribers. Anything that you can tell me you like about the layout, anything that you think would enhance the layout, just drop me a comment, or even it's just a comment to say I enjoyed your last video. I look forward to the feedback because it helps me put input into the layout. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. The first update for February 2015 is I have now completed over the Christmas period the wedding shop that I'd started in November. The shop now has been fitted with window displays, and it has indeed got a name on the front. So let's just have a little closer look at that. Okay, I've decided on a name for the shop, and I've decided to call it Bow Bells, and the number on the front of the shop is actually my house number. As you can see, it's a little bit difficult to see because I can't quite get the camera down low enough to get right in there. But as you can see, there is a figure in there wearing a wedding dress, and there are bridesmaids' dresses either side of her, which make up the main display in the front window. I've made and cut and fitted net curtains to the upper floors, and it's hard to see, but inside, if you was to take the building away from the backing board, inside these rooms they are also detailed with fitting rooms. I know you won't actually see that on the video or from the layout, but when I get friends come round and things, they can just have a look. And once again, just around the corner in the second window, we have the groom's department, and there we have a figure of a groom wearing his nice suit, and either side of there, again it's difficult to see, but there are floral displays of hats and flowers. Unfortunately, some of the glue that I've used has made the windows messed up. If anyone can suggest a glue that doesn't make your windows messed up when you've used it, I'll be appreciative of that. The window glass itself is made of very, very thin perspex, which come from some packaging, but obviously it doesn't like the glue. But as you can see, this window has been displayed. Moving on from the wedding shop, the second little building I've done is a loading bay for a department store, which I'm in the process of building. The loading bay itself is fitted to the backboard, and the lorry you see there is quite literally just the cab. I got an Oxford die-cast lorry. I cut the cab off, leaving just the front wheels, and on the back of the cab I put Velcro. There is a corresponding Velcro piece in where the loading door is, and I have several of these cabs which I have adapted. You can change whatever vehicle you want to be loading at the time. At the moment we have a lorry in there, but if you want to, I have smaller vans which are cut in half, and I just stick them to the Velcro, and it gives the impression that they are indeed unloading into the loading bay. The store that the loading bay is in connection with is a shop that used to be in Hadley in Essex years ago. It was called Yexley's, and then it changed its name and became Thomas's, if anyone remembers that. And it was one of those old-fashioned shops where they used to put the coins in like a little tube, and they used to whiz across the shop on a wire, and you'd have to wait for the change to come back. It was a lovely old shop with wooden drawers, and everything was in cabinets. I don't seem to see that these days, but it's a shop I remember from my childhood, and I wanted to recreate it. So it's not quite finished yet, but we're getting there. Here's another shot of the Thomas's shop. I've kept to the original name that I remember, and on the front there it does say Thomas's Drapers. On this side of the word Thomas, where it's blank still, I might try and put a second little title in there, like haberdashery or linens or something like that. As you can see as well, I've also added pavement blocks, which are the Metcalfe instant paving, and I've got as far as here, and they stretch all the way back to the wedding shop, including all the curbstones. I'll just show you the window displays for Thomas's, because indeed, once again, I have detailed the windows. On one side here we have men's outfits in the shop window. You can clearly see the name there, which is done out in the standout lettering. There's a tiled floor leading into the entrance doors. The upper floor windows have been fitted with blinds, sun blinds, as I managed to find a photograph of the building, and this is what was fitted. All my buildings are made out of artist mounting board, which is cut to shape, and then they're the basis for the building, and then on top I then use plasticard bricks, like probably many of you do. In the second window you can see that I've just tried to make basically a linen display of different linens and wallpapers that they used to sell. But unfortunately, once again, the glue that I use has made my perspex go steamy. But you can just see that I've tried to make rolls of wallpaper and linens like they used to have displayed. This scene obviously will be completed when I put all the figures in, shoppers and that coming in and out of the shop, people walking along the pavement. Obviously there's going to be things like lampposts to go in, general street stuff, but we're getting there. Unfortunately, as I say, I didn't get time over Christmas period to do too much, but now, hopefully now the layout is really going to forge ahead in 2015, and you're going to see some really big developments on this layout. Okay, moving on from Thomas's, as you can see, this year's or one of this year's plans will be to indeed fill this blue space along the high street with further buildings. Now these buildings will be a variety of shops and businesses. They won't all be one solid block. I'm going to try and break it up with a road in between, which will give the impression of a road turning off and going off into the distance, and it will end up obviously at the end here. So again, if anybody out there has got any ideas for shops or anything that they've seen on my videos, or rather shops that I haven't currently got on my videos and on the layout, then please comment and say, what about this type of shop, or what about this? I'm open to suggestions, because I'd like to think that this layout is being built not just by me but by my subscribers as well, because it's you guys that tune in and look at it. So let's have a few things that you guys would like to look at. So I look forward to that. But indeed, this is one of the things we'll do this year. We'll finish off the street scene. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, unfortunately there's not that many developments this month. This is the last thing that I managed to get done before unfortunately I became unwell. On the end of the down platform, I've put a water crane in, and obviously along with that a fire devil. And as you can see, Harry's there, and he's just inspecting the new water crane. The water crane itself is a GER pattern water crane, which I got from a supplier that deals in these kind of things from unusual companies. I didn't even think it was possible, but I've got two Great Eastern water cranes to put in. This is the first one, but I've also got a London, Tilbury and Southend Railway pattern water crane. They are really quite unique, and they're brilliant models, and it's nice that you can actually get them. So here we have a genuine shaped Great Eastern water crane for the layout, and the fire devil. They're made of metal, white metal. Obviously you have to make them, and as you can see there, I've tried to add in a bit of rust, a bit of weathering, which I've used with weathering powders and real coal dust and a little bit of spray paint, and then just touched it up with some rust colour paint. As you can see there, I've added in the draining cover, or the drain, to capture the water, the excess water that would come once the water crane was swung back across. The only thing I've got to add to this now is the bag on the end of the water crane. I've tried a couple of things and it just hasn't worked. So I need to put the bag in that would go into the boiler of the loco. But other than that, I'm quite happy on how this has come out actually. I'm hoping to do the second one soon, and then there'll be further water cranes added to the loco shed. Okay, so that's it for the moment. The next video I do will probably be the running session and review of the K1 from Hornby, and then after that we get cracking on the next part of the build. So to all my 167 subscribers, thank you for tuning in. Sorry it's been a long time since my last video, but now we are quite literally back on track, and I hope to see you all soon. Okay, from Little Henham, goodbye.